Welcome to Media Minute Roundtable. For this episode, we're talking about Phobias, Happily, the Silence of the Lamb television series Clarice. There's a True Lies TV show apparently in the works, and since love is in the air, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite love stories in media, as well, to go with it, our favorite Batmans, right after this. Welcome to the Media Minute Roundtable. I'm Michael Forward.
I'm Chris Raczkowski.
And I'm Rachel Edge.
And we're into another new episode. Some trailers dropped over the last little while. Some interesting kind of thriller-looking trailers,
yes.
In fact. The first one I checked out this week was Phobias. Have you guys seen the trailer for that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looks, I almost feel like they've given away too much.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, like I think they gave away just enough to get your interest. Like watching it, like and getting like the idea of it. Like at first, it's kind of like, okay, this is weird, and then like further into the trailer, you're like, wait a minute, and then it just kind of like builds, and it's kind of like now I'm just sitting here like, okay, when are you coming out? I want to watch it.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting concept. It's like they're harvesting people's fears.
Yeah, like they're weaponizing
in some sort of virtual reality or something.
Yeah.
It's like Monsters Inc., but this with like people's fears. Maybe
I like it, and kind of don't.
No, John Goodman though.
Yeah, that's tragic.
That's always a bummer.
But yeah, no, it definitely looks like something I would and probably will watch.
Yeah,
but I always get nervous when the first credit is brought to you by the executive producer of.
Yeah,
it's like
it's usually if that's sign. Your highest thing. But who knows, right?
Yeah, I'll also definitely check it out. It looks good for me. And there's a bit of a. I was surprised to see just the way that the trailer was built, that there's at least one like action like fight scene.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
There's some action in there too. It's not just a horror
it's just
movie.
a straight thriller. So
it
looks pretty cool. Like it, I hadn't heard of it before I discovered the trailer. So
yeah, same.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure. Speaking of phobias, do you guys have one?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know, open water scares the crap out of me, and I don't know why, because it's like I love sharks, I love all that kind of stuff. I've always wanted to go scuba diving, but I'm also like I don't want to go outside if I'm not in a cage or something. Like I could go cage diving, no problem, but like being like out in the open,
nope. You wouldn't be free diving scuba.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I don't know if I have any actual phobias. I know as a kid, just because I swam so much.
Yeah.
I was always afraid of getting, totally irrational, but getting my foot stuck in like the drain at the bottom of the deep end.
Oh yeah.
And just like being stuck there, and you can see the surface, but you just can't get to it. I don't know if that's a phobia or just a weird.
I think so.
Yeah.
There's probably some sort of medical name for that, no doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
Get a fear of getting caught in drains.
Footy phobia, drainophobia.
Drainophobia. I like that.
Yeah. For me, I have partly heights. For me, like I'm okay, like on top of like tall buildings and stuff like that. Like if there's a rail there, but if it's say climbing a rope ladder or something like that, where like everything's moving, no.
If it's a little too rickety,
if it's a little too rickety, it's not for me. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I actually have I enjoy heights.
Yeah,
like I'll climb anything.
It's true. It is very true.
Yeah, like I said, if whatever I'm climbing is stable, if it's like a steel ladder or something like that, no problem. But rope ladder, no.
Well, that's fair though, because it's like you're sitting there, you're like, okay, am I actually safe on this thing, or is it going to snap at like any moment?
Yeah.
What's the opposite of phobia? Fetish?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be going around telling people you have a height fetish, though. I don't think that's the right way to put that.
Yeah,
I'm sure I could find some people on the internet that would.
You could find anything.
Yeah,
on the
you
internet.
could. Yeah,
it's a wonderful thing.
Head on to the dark web.
So, altitude fetishes. Follow me on Facebook. I never check Facebook, but
hashtag.
Oh God! Don't put
hashtag
it on.
altitude
Well,
fetishes.
if they make you happy, let's talk about the trailer for Happily.
Yes. Yeah. Moving on.
Good segue.
Well done.
Gotta save it somehow. This one looks pretty interesting. It's got the guy from Community, Joel.
Mikhail.
Yeah. And he hasn't really been in anything since Community. I don't think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think Community was kind of like the big thing. It's like I've seen him in other like minor roles, like his cameos, but like I haven't seen him like
I think
star.
he's been in like an episode of the new Twilight Zone. but the clip I saw him in that wasn't. He was hamming it up like to 12.
There's a new Twilight Zone?
Yeah, came out like last year.
Surprise, Shawnee.
The original Twilight Zone's like my favorite show ever.
Yeah.
I love that show.
I don't know if like the guys who do the Key and Peele, I think Peele might be involved with that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Huh.
Yeah. They did one season though last year. I haven't seen any of it though.
Learning stuff.
Yeah.
This is why you watch the show.
That was like me last week.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you think about it? The trailer.
I don't know if they're going for like a dark comedy,
right?
I got that vibe.
Like I didn't get like there were things that looked like they should be humorous, but nothing landed.
Yeah, like that guy gets like blown off the fence when he tries.
Yeah,
I won't lie, I did laugh at that a little bit. It kind of got me.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, is this
I think they're
comedy?
Well, I think they're trying to go for like a thriller-esque thing, but it also feels like they're trying to like satire it in a way, in the sense of like there's comedic parts that kind of like play on like the thriller like tropes, but it's also got like the dark theme. So I would say they're probably going for a dark
there's something
comedy.
going on. Nobody really knows what it is. Like there's a suitcase with like syringes and
like neon
like
green
weird
stuff.
party with people. So
I've never really like. It's almost not really a genre, but a subgenre of like dinner party movies.
okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like Clue.
Yeah.
Or like even like Knives Out recently.
I've heard Knives Out was pretty good though. Like I heard that one got like pretty good reviews.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a bunch of people get together for a dinner party. Something goes wrong. It turns into a whodunit.
Yeah, I mean that's the classic Agatha Christie type.
Yeah,
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
Never really. I don't know, something about those.
See, I could deal with it in a book, like Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Like that's one of my favorite books of all time, and it totally fits that trope. But yeah, movies, it doesn't hit as well.
Yeah, like I'd rather go to like dinner theater.
Yeah.
You know?
Dinner theater is a blast. So
Murder theater.
So in other words, happily.
Yeah.
Not sure yet.
Yeah.
I'll watch it, but I'm not sure.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably won't.
Yeah. And that's allowed.
It's
We
okay.
won't force you.
Dinner party movies just.
Yeah.
Although the Last Supper was pretty good. It was a '90s movie with Ron Perlman and I think Cameron Diaz.
Oh.
Yeah, there's basically like a bunch of like old classmates kind of have a reunion.
Yeah.
And they invite Ron Perlman over because he's like a conservative figure that they don't like. They're like, hey, let's kill this guy.
What?
So it's like an hour and a half of them just being like that witty's edgy like 90s dialogue.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be able to get made now, though?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, people do kind of. Some people enjoy that like genre or subgenre, as you mentioned. You know, kind of the contained, like contained case type thing.
Okay, fair
Just
enough.
get like 12 of your favorite actors.
Yeah. Speaking of killers, Clarice. Apparently, the first episode's out. I haven't seen it. I've only seen the trailer.
Yeah.
It's the Silence of the Lambs television show. It takes place a year after the movie. And what are you guys' thoughts?
Honestly, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Really?
Just like because like CBS is running it, and I don't have anything against CBS, but usually when they put stuff out, it's either good or it's not. And unfortunately, from what I've seen from the critic reviews and like the amount of like backlash it's getting, it's not. It doesn't look like it's gonna hit well.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to go for like a Hannibal kind of esque TV show. But I don't know. Like I feel like Clarice's story isn't as interesting as Hannibal, so trying to make an entire TV series.
I feel like it's one of those things that should work.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Clarice is she's a character anyway. Like she has a backstory and everything. You know, and her life after the whole Silence of the Lambs thing, the Buffalo Bill. I could see it working, but if it's a lot of it's the execution. I mean, from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like it's a police procedural set in the 90s. And I mean, we've had those since the 90s. Police procedurals haven't changed that much in the last couple decades.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, and like the one thing that like I was kind of like upset about is that the main actress, Rebecca Breed, she was originally in the originals. So I was really excited because she's a really good actress. But like from what I've read from the critic reviews and stuff too, like right now it's like a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oof.
Like that's not good at all. But from like what I've read, it's not like the actor's fault. Like there's a ton of potential. It's just like something's not hitting right.
Yeah.
Weird. Because I watched the trailer for it and it looks like it was really well shot. I thought it looks really. Like,
that's the thing. It's
visually,
like they have
amazing.
all the elements, but something's just not putting them together. It's not gelling.
Yeah, and like it didn't. At least from what I saw, it looks like it just doesn't even need to be a Silence of the Lambs like spinoff. It could be any cop show with just.
Yeah, it's a cop show.
Yeah.
FBI cop show.
Well, like another thing that I read from the critic reviews too is that they're hitting it over the head that Clarice is making her way in a man's world. And like, don't get me wrong, like I understand you're trying to be like, oh yeah, woo, woman power,
yeah.
but like,
Are they going woke?
like super woke, I guess.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And it's like I get it, like Clarice is a pretty BA like character, but like everybody knows that already.
Yeah.
You don't need to keep.
She's proved herself.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need to prove herself again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Although I do want to give him a shout out for keeping the original font.
Yes.
Yes, that was nice.
Points for that one. As a font nerd. Yeah. I was like, they kept the font. Okay. That kind of warmed my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Pedro Pascal.
Dun-dun.
He's the hot ticket right now.
Yes, he is.
It's like he's currently
yeah.
the actor that seems to be in everything.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Well,
He's getting.
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna bring up the Gina Carano thing, but that can wait. That can wait.
Yep.
I was just gonna say, like, he's like upcoming. He's like totally on the rise. Like, he's been in like the acting biz for quite a while, but since The Mandalorian, everybody knows his name.
Yeah.
Like Nick Cage, they're doing that movie with him where he plays the crazy like billionaire who's a huge Nick Cage fan and ends up being a drug lord. Like that looks hilarious. And then,
I didn't realize he was in so much stuff.
Yeah, he was in quite a bit of stuff before The Mandalorian, and now he's finally getting his like fair dues, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Now he's gonna be Joel.
He's going to be Joel in The Last of Us, which haven't played Last of Us. Like I've seen people play. I've seen trailers and everything, and I hear it's a great game.
I played the hell out of that game.
Yeah. So what do you think of Pedro being cast as Joel then?
I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of looks like Joel enough, at least, to be passable. And what, like, isn't like The Mandalorian and The Last of Us is basically the same plot.
Thing. Yeah. It's a father figure taking care of somebody that's not related to him.
Yeah. So
and guiding them through a dangerous world.
Yeah, he probably doesn't need like to do a lot of stretching for this role.
No.
Yeah, same time though, it's like
It's got zombies in it.
Well, it's got cool zombies too, like a zombie that we haven't really seen much of in film or anything. The cordyceps, which are like the fungus that takes over your body.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, so it's not a standard zombie.
that'll be nice.
Clickers, right?
Yeah. They make that crazy. Like,
Yeah, they use like
something like
sound
that.
location.
Yeah,
to
why does
find the
everybody
prey.
use creepy sounds?
That's creepy. They work.
Yeah, it's
They're good.
supposed to be a creepy thing. There's zombies.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be good because like again, like they saw that Pedro is getting like a huge following and like that he's like kind of. I don't want to say peaking because I don't think he is. He's on the way.
Yeah,
And like they're like, you know what? This would be a smart move. Like if we get him in it, people are going to be happy. And I think from the most part, like I've seen nothing but good things.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love the game, love the story. HBO obviously has a pretty good track record.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would check it out, but I probably won't because I don't subscribe to HBO.
Well, actually, you can't get HBO Max in Canada, anyways.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I've never even tried.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed because that's where which one is it? Willy's Wonderland is releasing, and I'm like, I want to watch it because it's come out, and like all the reviews and stuff are apparently fantastic. Everybody thinks it's one of Nick Cage's best movies. So I'm kind of like, I want to see it, but you can't watch it anywhere in Canada yet.
Can't even do like one of those 30-day free trials.
Nope, nothing.
Oh,
Google Play is supposed to get it, and I think it's tomorrow that you're supposed to get it, but that's
really?
the only
Is that
one.
soon?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing here. We'll have to talk about that for our next episode. I think a few people were disappointed because he doesn't look quite like Joel. Joel's kind of like the standard square jaw.
Yeah, like he's almost there,
Yeah.
but not quite.
Yeah, you could pull it off.
Makeup is a wonderful thing.
It is. It is. I didn't have this on our list of topics, but they're doing a Borderlands movie.
What?
Not interested.
Yeah. They got Jack Black as Claptrap.
No
What?
way.
Yeah, they got Kate Blanchett's going to be in it.
What?
And Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be in it. And Kevin Hart.
What a weird...
That's their lineup right now.
That is a weird mashup of people.
Yeah. But it's a weird game. Borderlands is a weird,
Yeah.
a weird game with eccentric characters.
Oh, actually, back to The Last of Us. Apparently, in the second one, there's a character, Abby. And there's the murmurs that The Rock might be playing this character. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but okay, spoiler alert. This Abby character kills Joel eventually. So
You were always this guy.
Yeah.
I gave a warning.
Oh, fair, you did. Okay.
Or an alert.
Yeah.
An alert? Dang.
Spoiler warning, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'd be interesting. The Rock as a I think she's transgender, the character, and she just kills Joel like hard. That made a lot of people mad when The Last of Us 2 came out.
Yeah.
That's a... No, I'm not even diving into that. Nope. I'm good.
Moving on. We talked a little bit about Schwarzenegger on the last show. One of Schwarzenegger's classics, True Lies.
Yeah.
It's getting a TV show.
Interesting.
Yep.
I like when I heard of the idea, I'm like, okay, like,
Yeah.
the movie was good.
Yeah.
Had some great scenes in it. But I was reading about it, and Mick G, director, he did a lot of music videos in like the 90s and 2000s. And I've seen some of his work, and he's a bit of a turnoff for me. He was, I guess, most famously known for the Charlie's Angels.
Oh, the recent one that flopped.
No,
That was Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, the first ones. Well, the one with like Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
He directed those, and
I didn't mind those.
Not for me.
Well, I thought he was like directing it, but there was another guy behind it too.
Oh, I'm sure there's tons of people.
I can't remember who it was, but no, like it was like there was like a different dude who wrote it, and then he's directing it. I think they were going to switch off, like per episode kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. When I see the Mick G attached to something, and I'm kind of just
doesn't warm your cockles.
No, I'm probably walking around it. My cockles will remain intact.
Okay.
What? Okay. I got nothing.
Yeah. I don't. I haven't seen like the movie in a while, so like I can't really talk.
Well, everyone remembers the Jamie Lee Curtis strip scene.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you're only hurting yourself. Seriously. And the one where she like drops the Uzi and it like somersaults down the stairs.
Yep.
And just like kills all the bad guys.
Well, like I thought they tried to do like
love it.
Like a similar but more recent True Lies one, because that sounds like, I can't remember what it was called, but I think it was like Katherine Heigl Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz.
Okay.
And it was like this like spy guy, and she was like trying to like avoid him or something. So he had a bad date or something. I don't know. Like I'm all down for like reboots and stuff, but it gets to a point where it's like, can we not come up with an original idea for the life of us?
Apparently no.
Because like the last 2 years,
the
last 2 years has been how many Disney remakes, how many like Marvel movies and stuff. And I'm not hating on those because they're great, but a little originality would be nice.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Yeah, they don't take risks anymore. It's kind of sad.
Well, because they want to make the money, and I get it. You got to be, you got to make your bottom buck and stuff. But I miss when like you could go to a movie and it wasn't the same 6 movies but with different titles.
That's why you got to watch indie films, basically.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to get it.
Thank you for existing.
Like Phobias.
Yes.
Yeah.
You say.
Well,
what next?
We are into the season of the Valentines. This is going to come out, I think, after Valentine's, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's close enough. It's as close as we could get.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of our love stories that we like and love stories that we don't like.
Okay. I'm excited.
All right.
Who's going first?
Can we start with the worst one?
Yeah, sure.
Because I hate this ship so much.
Ship?
Yeah, it's a relationship, but they call it a ship.
Oh.
The cool kids say it.
The online...
the online kids say it.
Tumblers?
The Tumblr people.
The Tumblers.
The worst couple for me has to be Forrest and Jenny from Forrest Gump.
It's a pretty brutal relationship.
It sucks. And it's like everybody's like, oh, but like Forrest loves her. No, Forrest deserves better.
Yeah, Forrest 100%. Is simping hard.
He is.
He's a cook.
He totally is. But like it just sucks because it's like throughout their relationship until like she's basically on her deathbed. Then she's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance now because like I've sowed my wild oats and
Yeah,
like
it's like I'm dying of AIDS. I probably got a year left in me. Now I'll give you a shot.
yeah, like and it's just like
By the way, you have a kid.
yeah, by the way. But it's just like I don't know. Like I never understood that relationship and for me it's just like why did you have to make that a relationship? Why couldn't you keep it like an example of like what you don't do?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because I feel like Forrest deserves so much better.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know.
Yeah, no, Jenny in that movie. Oh man,
Jenny is terrible. I'm sorry.
she was a swear word in 3, 2, 1. She was just the worst for like.
She really was though. Like, and I never understood why people were like, "Oh my God, Jenny and Forrest." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
This
she
is an
treated him
example
like
of
trash.
no.
Yeah.
She was a terrible person.
Although I guess she,
Absolute terrible.
she did get the "Run Forrest Run" line, so that's
Something.
some redeeming value.
No redeeming quality
Yeah,
at all.
okay.
That
She's trash.
relationship is a solid -100. Don't do it. Nah.
No.
I like
Forrest
how,
deserves better. End of story.
I like how some movie nerds went back and like looked at her tombstone and figured out the date on her tombstone wasn't accurate. It's like, hold on, like March 23rd was not on a Thursday in 1981. It was a Friday.
Did they actually?
Yeah,
Yeah, some people do
Oh,
that.
oh my God. Okay.
it's a good pastime.
Yeah. I mean, some people are look at these details really intricately.
yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
there's the whole thing with Neil deGrasse Tyson being upset about the stars in Titanic because they weren't accurate to the date.
Oh man, like come on, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Shouldn't you be writing a book or something?
Chris, who you got for your worst?
This was actually a lot harder than I thought. I thought it'd be easy.
Yeah.
I had a lot easier time finding the like bad couples and good couples.
But I'm gonna go with I don't even remember the characters' names, but Titanic.
Jack and Rose.
Jack and Rose. There we go. Yeah.
Well, that's a good that segue well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember I had the privilege of seeing Titanic in the theater, and the only way I was able to make it through that was there was a couple of ladies in the row in front of me, and through the whole movie, all they talked about, like loudly, was how hot Leonardo DiCaprio was. They're like, "Oh, I want to
Yeah.
get me some of that." Like, "Oh yeah, you get that girl." Like, that was the best part of the movie. Just listening to these ladies just like freak out about DiCaprio.
Well, the best part of the movie for me was when the guy hits the propeller.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That was
He
pretty
just-
good. Also, though,
tumbles.
like I would like to point out that Jack could fit on the door with Rose, and that's another reason that they were a terrible couple because
Yeah,
Rose
like-
was too selfish.
Yeah,
Too selfish.
she couldn't have enough door,
Yeah,
so she couldn't share the door.
it's actually funny because speaking of people who like go back through the movie and like find like that kind of stuff, there's been people who've actually
Tested the
recreated
door,
that scene and like checked the door, and they're just like, Rose, you're a terrible person.
You
I can't believe you did that.
selfish.
You loved him? No, like there's people who are like really animately hate Rose.
Then she chucks that diamond in the ocean.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
You could at least pawn that or something.
They
Like,
actually filmed that
You could
part
build
in
You could buy
Halifax.
a bigger door.
did they actually?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
I remember doing a tour of Halifax, and they pointed like it was back of a Coast Guard ship, actually, I think, where she tossed it off from, like a
Crazy.
Canadian Coast Guard ship.
And on your left, this is where Rose was an idiot.
Pretty much.
And actually, it takes a lot for me to actually like laugh out loud during a movie.
Yeah.
Titanic made me do it. When
That's not even a funny movie.
when they go to yeah, right. Well, I mean, it kind of is. But when they go to actually, Mike, you know what's the front bow mast
Yeah, the bow.
front of the boat. Where
Pointy
it's like- yeah, pointy end, exactly.
The pointy end.
Where like he covers her eyes.
Oh, and then they go like,
he's
I'm
like,
on top of the world,
King
Jack.
of the world, yeah.
I'm flying.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm flying. Like that line caught me totally off guard, and I
Oh, yeah.
burst out into like audible laughter in the theater.
How many glares did you get?
A lot. That was my next sentence. People were mad at me.
Two ladies in front of you. Shut up, he's hot.
Oh, they didn't care. They weren't even paying attention. They were just focused on Leo.
Yep.
But everyone else, none too impressed.
Oh, that's hilarious.
My girlfriend at the time just slapped me. And like,
funny.
I couldn't stop laughing. It was hilarious.
Oh boy. For me, my worst is any movie where they take the glasses off the girl
Yeah.
and then she's suddenly desirable.
I
She's
hate
all that.
Yeah.
What was that
It's
Freddie
so
Prinze
brutal.
movie? Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, it was like an entire trope.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that was
for
like an
sure.
entire genre for like the longest time. It's like, hey, if you change yourself, then I'll think you're hot. It's like, what? What are you doing? No.
I feel like we should like call it like the Clark Kent phenomenon.
Pretty much.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah.
The Clark Kent
or
phenomenon.
the reverse Clark Kent.
Yeah, the reverse Clark Kent.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I never understood that. Like even like growing up and like watching like movies where it's like, oh my god, I can't remember what it was, but it was like the mechanic's daughter. She was like super hot. Molly Ringwald played her.
Oh,
And then, like-
16 Candles?
Yeah, I think that's it. And it's like I remember watching it and just being like, he's a terrible guy. Like, why are you? Why?
Yeah, why are you bending over backwards for this total
Right?
piece
And-
of crap?
Yeah, but then it's like I think Family Guy actually made a joke about it where it was like Peter was the main guy. I can't remember his name, and then Molly Ringwald's character comes in. He's talking to the hot girl, and he's like, "Well, according to '80s law, it's like my average looking friend now looks hot, so I have to ignore the absolute hot girl and go to her now."
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know, it just frustrates me. I feel like we could do better.
Yeah, the 80s. Crazy times. Lots of cocaine. Lots of frat houses.
Lots of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, tons of Reagan.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Lots of Wall Street.
Yes.
Yep. Well, let's invert.
Yes.
All right, let's
our
do some
choices.
happy.
And so, Rachel.
Yeah, actually this one, it took me a while to come up with because again, like I was finding flaws in like every relationship I could find, which I don't know is a good thing. But from Big Fish, actually, Edward Bloom and Sandra Templeton's
Interesting.
relationship.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also a fantastic film.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's so good. And it's just like, I just
Haven't
remember
seen all of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
that's
seen pieces of it.
I love it. It's so good. But it's like not only does it show a really good relationship between like the father and son, or not really good relationship between the father and son, but like the building of that relationship and trying to like reconnect with your kid after he thinks you're basically a liar.
Yeah.
But it's like the one scene where it's like Edward meets Sandra for the first time. And he's like, I'm going to marry this girl. He's like, I'm in love with her. And then he does like the crazy big romantic gesture of like planting all the daffodils in front of her dorm because that's her favorite flower. And then her fiance at the time found out, beat the crap out of this guy. And then she was like, you know what? That guy's not actually that good. And then ended up going with Edward's character. And I was just like, yes.
Yep.
And it's just, yeah, I don't know. Just like even when they're like showing like the older versions of them and seeing that scene where it's like he's in the water. And like she hops in the tub with him and is like realizing this is like one of the last times she's going to be able to do this with her husband. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's a very sweet scene and it's just my favorite relationship for sure.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship with any person, chances are Ewan McGregor could steal that person from you.
Oh,
I'm
without a
sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Home record. Total home record.
I would say he's a home wrecker.
I'm not saying he's done it, but if he wanted to,
Oh, yeah.
game over. Forget
Well, yeah.
Let's just
I
face it.
wanted to defend
yeah,
it, but
let's
no.
just face it.
it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest for a second. Yeah.
But like you've seen the guy, right?
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not exempt from this rule.
Nobody is.
Like if he just comes knocking on my door, I'm like, oh man,
You really? Come on, man.
gotta make a phone call. Hey babe, Ewan McGregor's at my door. I love you. I'm sorry, but
Gotta go.
I'll leave your stuff on the lawn. I hope you have a good life, but I'm gonna go do my Ewan McGregor thing.
Okay, well, if he was gonna sweep you off your feet, what would he have to do?
Not much.
Yeah. Just show up.
Yeah, just like knock on my door.
Yep.
I don't know. A case of beer would be nice. Be a nice bonus, but really, as long as he's there, he's
Yep. Low cost.
ready and willing. That's all I need.
Learn something new every day. Chris, who do you have for your best?
Oh, my best?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going with True Romance.
Nice.
Clarence and Alabama Worley. Movie, Tony Scott, written by Quentin Tarantino, who seems to show up a lot in our episodes. Let's see what we got here. It's basically like almost your typical Bonnie and Clyde kind of relationship. Kind of a lonely dude. Works at a comic book store.
Yep.
Meets a call girl on his birthday, not by chance. And then they just kind of throw all caution into the wind and get married right away and basically go on a crime spree. There's a lot more to it than that. I just don't want to take too much time up. Actually, Gary Oldman, in a 2011 interview, said that his role in True Romance was one of his favorite.
Did he actually?
Alongside his role in JFK.
Wow.
Granted, this is a 2011 interview,
so it's been a few years.
He may have changed his mind, and he wasn't even in the movie that long.
Yeah, like he was in there for like a couple scenes.
Yeah, maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
But like
Not
again,
much.
in classic Gary Oldman style, he like totally stole the show.
Oh yeah,
when
he
he
plays
was
like
there.
a fake Rasta drug dealer. He's got this scar across his eye. It's great. It's good.
He had a lot of
Classic
fun.
Gary.
Yeah.
Tarantino wrote the script, as I mentioned. He sold the script for $50,000, which apparently is the lowest amount of money you can legally get for selling a script.
Oh,
So that's like minimum wage script writing.
See, it's crazy because if someone tried to buy a script from him now, like you would be paying way more.
So yeah, I didn't know there was a minimum wage for script writers.
50,000.
Yeah. I was originally gonna pick Mickey and Mallory from Natural Born Killers.
Oh yeah.
But we already talked about that movie, so I went with True Romance. Turns out I actually accidentally did pick Mickey and Mallory.
oh,
Apparently they were actually part of the same script.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't know this until last night. So basically, True Romance was okay, it's a kind of complicated story, but it followed the story of Natural Born Killers up to the prison break.
Yeah.
And then where this picks up was there's a screenwriter that writes a Hollywood movie about Mickey and Mallory, and they catch wind of it and track this guy down. So he goes on the lam and he's running. And True Romance is the movie he writes while he's on the run from them.
yeah. I was going to say, and when you describe the movie, it's like that kind of sounds like Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
So I guess originally it was supposed to be a miniseries or something, and then it just kind of, you know how Quentin Tarantino does the like chronological kind of jumping around.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be kind of like that. So I guess eventually they just separated the two stories into two separate movies. So technically, they were originally Mickey and Mallory.
Oh my god.
Wow, connections.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I kind of double dipped.
I'm kind of flabbergasted right now. I won't lie.
Weird, right?
That's.
I read that. I was like, I mean,
But
makes
it like
sense.
like now that you say it, it's like it makes so much sense.
Yep.
So True Romance is kind of a. I think it came out before Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
But a little fun backstory there.
Only Tarantino, man.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
weird.
Well, I have a troll answer and I have like a
Nice.
real answer.
I love it.
The real answer is Up. The first 15 minutes of Up.
That is heartbreaking.
Oh my
Yep.
god. They made a better romance story than Romeo and Juliet did in like 15 minutes
With no dialogue.
Yeah.
with no dialogue.
And no Leonardo DiCaprio.
Even just
With
like
the gun that says sword on it.
Oh, I couldn't stand that
that was
movie.
brutal. But yeah, no, great pick.
almost picked
but
that one.
that just breaks my heart too, thinking about it.
My troll answer is Braveheart.
Yes.
Because there's two romances. It's his childhood friend, like he falls in love with her.
Yeah.
They get married in secret, and then she gets killed off by the English, and then he starts his rebellion against the English, and then he falls in love with the French princess. And he's also really, really, really in love with Scotland.
Yeah, he's got.
That is the true
That
love
is
story.
the true romance. There is his love for Scotland.
He definitely stands at attention, if you know what I mean, when it comes to Scotland.
If you want a really good love story, make sure you find somebody that loves you as much as Mel Gibson loves Scotland.
There you go.
That's it. And that's it. That's the end of
Or
the
at least
episode.
William Wallace.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then he gets drawn and quartered.
he does.
What a horrible way to die.
Yeah, there's
Like they could have just drawn you or quartered you, but
they decided to go
double
both.
down.
Well, like when you piss off the English, you piss off the English.
Yeah, they break out the horses and rope and
They actually put out a
Bad time.
series or a movie on Netflix. It's basically what happens after Braveheart.
Oh, crazy.
With Robert the Bruce. I think it's called Outlaw King or something like that.
Oh, I've heard of that
Yeah,
one.
it
Yeah,
came out like a
I've
couple
not.
years back. But it basically picks up like directly after like Wallace gets killed.
Yeah, because that was Chris Pine, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
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 I know
It looked
nothing
really
of
good.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a couple years back and pretty sure it's Netflix.
Yeah, I remember when Mel Gibson used to not be nuts. I mean, maybe he was always nuts, but at least we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, he hasn't been in anything really in a while.
yeah, he used to be really cool.
There's a lot of actors like that I've found out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Myers,
Apparently, he's just a
Nightmare,
terrible
Yeah,
person.
apparently he's hard to work with.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. Oh. No.
Kristen Heigl apparently. Okay, we're getting
Anyways.
we're getting into the weeds here.
Well, to segue from
Yeah,
romance,
let's see how you do this one.
let's romance this conversation into our favorite Batmans.
Well done.
It counts. It
I
counts.
give that a solid 8 out of 10.
I don't know.
I don't know, Mike. You've killed the segues, so
Okay.
it's good. Okay, who's your favorite Batman and why?
Maybe I'm cheating, but I'm going to say Kevin Conroy, who was the voice of Batman during the 90s cartoon.
Nice.
As well as the Batman Beyond cartoon and a couple of the animated movies. But when I think Batman, I pretty much think that 90s cartoon, it nailed the aesthetic. It had its own aesthetic. It had Mark Hamill playing the Joker.
Yeah.
He is the iconic Joker.
He is.
Just everything about that show is fantastic. So yeah, that's why I want to give props to Conroy for doing that.
Absolutely.
Cool performance. And that's also the show where Harley Quinn originated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Didn't come from the comics.
She didn't come from the comics. She was an original for the show.
Crazy.
Yep.
Actually, speaking of bad relationships, that's another one. Anyways,
Yeah, a little toxic.
Yep.
a little bit. But no, good choice.
Yep.
Excellent choice.
Who do you guys
I don't think that's cheating.
No.
Uh,
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I can. All right, man. Adam West.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
Obviously.
Yep.
He danced. Whatever he needed, the bat, whatever.
The bat
he
belt.
had on him.
Yep. Shark repellent.
Yeah.
He had shark repellent?
Oh yeah.
Attaboy. I love it.
You got to have that at the ready.
You never know when you're going
He
to
was
be
like a cartoon
shark.
character. Like whatever he needed, he just reached behind his back.
Yeah.
And there it was. Oh, you need a bat sponge? Sure.
Yeah.
You need a bat cell phone? I probably wouldn't call it a cell phone, but
Bat phone?
yeah, bat phone. There you go. Perfect. See? It works. And I am going to go on record and give him credit for the OG dad bod.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree.
I think he doesn't get credit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it to him right now. That's all I got. Yeah, Adam West. Adam West.
Yep.
Nice.
Totally.
This one was tough for me. I have to give an honorable mention to Michael Keaton because I think he played Batman pretty well.
Totally.
He also apparently studied echolocation, tried to get into a bat's mind for this role. So
Which is weird.
right, but
it seems odd, Brad, though, for a Tim Burton movie.
yeah.
I suppose. But
So yeah, no, I got to give him a shout out for that because he's actually spent the time trying to study this animal and be like,
Yeah.
I got to be the bat.
shouldn't he be spending more time learning how to be a billionaire orphan? Batman doesn't act like a bat.
No, still though,
He
I
has
don't know.
bat-like qualities.
No, but I still got to give him a shout out because it's I have a feeling he was like, okay, how do I really embrace this character kind of thing, right?
He was
weird.
also the Batman that I mean, we had the '60s Batman, we had Adam West,
Yep.
and nothing
For
for
years.
years. So he has to be credited with bringing the first comic book character back to the big screen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I give him props for that.
Yeah.
Crazy fact though, apparently people were really pissed off when they found out that Michael Keaton was gonna play Batman to the point where Warner Brothers actually received 50,000 letters of petition to get him out of that role.
That happens for every Batman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Batman is just
basically,
it's almost a cursed role. But my best Batman has to be Christian Bale. I think out of all of the Batmans, he's probably played him the best.
Yep.
And to be fair though, when you have Christopher Nolan on the helm of that, and you also have Heath Ledger playing the Joker, you have Tom Hardy playing Bane. Thank you. I had a moment there. And then Gary Oldman as the police commissioner.
Yeah.
And Morgan Freeman. It was just an all-star cast. You had a really hard time not doing that well.
Well, as much as Keaton kind of brought superhero movies back, Bale kind of modernized them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I remember going to the theaters and just being blown away and sitting there whoa, this is crazy. And I know people make fun of Christian Bale because of his Batman voice.
Yeah.
But
Batman.
But at the same time though, it's so good. I can watch that series over and over again. So definitely Christian Bale is best Batman for me, without a doubt.
Him and Nolan have worked together quite a bit, hey?
Yeah.
They're a good duo.
Sorry, just thinking out loud.
But
that's okay.
But yeah, they work well together though.
Yep.
You get those actor director combos, and it's just yes, it's like Johnny Depp and Tim Burton.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it hasn't always worked out.
Oh, absolutely. But still though.
But yeah.
Cool.
But yeah.
Yep. Does anyone have a worst?
Adam West.
Don't do him like that.
I'm kidding.
It's kind of fair.
Worst, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know George Clooney gets ragged on.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
so
not,
does Ben
that's not
Affleck.
Clooney's fault, though, really.
Yeah.
Schumacher.
Everybody,
Yeah.
the only thing
You can't
people
really throw
remember
him
from
under the
like
bus.
the Clooney movies is like the nipples.
Yep.
So like
The nipples.
you gotta feel bad
And the
for him a little
cod
bit.
pieces.
And yeah. But yeah, like I know Ben Affleck got quite a bit of hate as well. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't like him as an actor, but I don't think he deserved that much hate for the role.
Yeah.
I didn't like him as Batman, but like I knew a lot of people who thought he fit it really well.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen actually like Ben Affleck's performance as Batman. Like, I don't know how he plays the character. But I thought just like as far as like physical appearance goes, I thought it was pretty good.
He looks like a billionaire. That
He
way.
does.
Yeah.
Like he fit it really well.
Yeah.
I think the problem is with DC, they have such a hard time competing with Marvel.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to superhero movies.
Marvel figured out kind of the formula to make things work.
Yeah.
Now, apparently they are recutting, what was it, the Justice League movie?
Oh my
Yeah.
The
god,
whole
yeah.
Schneider Cut thing has been like talked about for years, so they're actually doing it.
It's apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, 4 hours long.
My God.
And apparently
why?
the one that's coming out isn't even the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is. I mean, it is the internet, so
Speaking of it though, have you guys seen the new look for Jared Leto's Joker?
no.
I think I have.
I don't think I want to.
It's actually really creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I was kind of excited to see Leto as the Joker. I don't think he got enough screen time in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So like I know people were like, well, none of the scenes made sense. It's like, yeah, but they had a completely different story going into it where they were like actually going to hunt down the Joker. And like that's the whole story that was supposed to happen in Suicide Squad. And then they were like, just kidding, we're going to go with the Enchantress, which was the stupidest idea.
Just wiggling through
Yeah.
her way
Her
through the
little
movie.
and then like the weird love story between her and the soldier.
I'm flaccid.
Like it was terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if I'm down to watch 4 hours, but I also want to give Jared Leto's Joker a chance because I feel like he
tried.
didn't get that.
It's not there for me.
He was in what, like 2 scenes for the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, it was
like
pretty-
maybe.
And he just purred the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like there was so much of that story that was missing that like the scenes that they did use obviously didn't make sense. So it's like I want to give him a fair chance. I'll give him a second try. But if you fail the second try, Jared Leto, we're over. We're done.
There was nothing about even those minimal scenes that he was in that made me think, I want more of this crap.
No, and
It's
that's
just like,
fair.
No,
I don't think he got a fair shake. I don't think that's cool.
Well, we didn't discuss this, but my favorite Joker is the Mark Hamill Joker.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill killed that.
Yeah.
Who's the Batman in the one with Jim Carrey as the Riddler?
Oh, wasn't that
Was it-
Michael
was that
Keaton?
No. It was either Clooney or Val Kilmer.
I think it might have been Kilmer.
I forgot Val Kilmer played Batman.
Yeah. But that was one of those casting choices that was so just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because I heard Jim Carrey, he was at pretty much the top of his game,
He
Yeah.
was.
playing the Riddler. I was like, oh, okay.
That worked.
Okay, this is going to be great. And then,
What we got.
yeah, like the hair, the weird unitard.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face? Yeah.
I forgot about that too.
I don't want to talk about it.
Actually, if we're gonna speak about good like villains though, I gotta say Bane, like Tom Hardy's Bane was killer. Like, don't get me wrong, Heath Ledger obviously killed the Joker, but like I don't think Bane gets enough love. I think like his character was like,
He's iconic.
yeah, like he played it so well, and I think it really shows like what kind of actor Tom Hardy is. Like, I've seen him in so much, and everything he plays, it's like, wow.
Can anyone do a Bane voice?
No.
No, I can't. Is this guy like?
Yeah, there we go.
Well,
Well, like, what's that famous line? It's like you were
shaped by the dark or whatever.
Yeah, you were-
You will merely adopted the dark. I was born into it.
I mean-
by it, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like you were adopted. The dark, you adopted the darkness, but I was born into the darkness. But yeah, like I can't even try that. I'm not even there.
But Jim Carrey as the Riddler, heartbreaking.
I feel like that could have been so much better. Yeah. What do y'all think about Mr. Freeze though and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
The worst thing about that,
I don't want to talk about
for
it.
me is like Freeze's character.
Yeah.
Actually, in the cartoon, again, they kind of more established this like Freeze's backstory with his wife and everything.
Yeah.
And they tried to do that for the movie, but no. Like Freeze is like a great like tragic character.
He is.
But the Arnold version, not so much.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
He
the
tried,
Batman as a brand, Batman has definitely had its peaks and valleys.
But no better casting than Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
That was good.
Yep.
That was great.
Michelle Pfeiffer
Yep.
as Catwoman. Not much room for cake in that outfit, if you know what I mean. That thing was tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that Catwoman movie?
Oh, with Halle Berry?
Halle Berry? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was...
I never watched it, but...
Yeah.
I want to say it was good, but it really wasn't.
Oh, you watched it?
Well, of course I did.
Man,
I love Halle Berry.
I remember seeing it, but I could tell you absolutely nothing
Yeah, like, I don't remember
about
it.
it.
It's almost like one of those things where it's like, did I watch this? Like, did this actually exist? Or is this like some weird memory I have in my mind?
And didn't like the director, doesn't he go by like one name, like Cher or Madonna?
I'm not sure.
You might have to look that one
The only
up.
thing about that one is that I remember that it exists.
She like just turned into a cat.
Yep.
She's like literally like going around like
Oh, it's
licking
famously
herself and like
bad.
all that stuff. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, you could be Catwoman. You don't need to be that much of a Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, more woman, less cat.
Yes.
Well, that wraps up our bat talk.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
We're going to move things over to Chris because Chris has brought in another graphic novel series.
On the topic of love stories, it's kind of the theme we're going for today. We got some CanCon, Canadian content here. Yep. Scott Pilgrim.
Classic.
Most people probably know, at least are aware of this story by now. Actually, I'll hold it up for the graphic. The graphic is probably going to cover this. So it'll probably cut off my hand too. So if you want to see all 10 fingers, hit me up on OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
Or in your
Was that
case,
your joke?
only hands.
Only hands. There we go.
Oh God.
I'm starting an app. Yeah, Canadian, better guy. Basically, I don't know how. It's been a while since I read it.
Yep.
Basically, movie was great too. Great movie.
Yep.
But
I've only seen the movie. I haven't read the.
Yeah, I haven't read the.
It's like anything. It's the movie with more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Takes place. Go ahead.
Oh, it falls in love with a girl. Has to deal with her ex-boyfriends. Kind of battles it out with him in a comic book video game style.
Yep.
Super entertaining. But then he discovers his true love was in front of his face the entire time.
You know what, Scott Pilgrim?
There we go.
Yep.
Was like, I don't know if this is controversial or not. He's another terrible example of a relationship.
Yeah, he's a bit of a cuck too.
Yeah, it's.
What'd you just say?
Cuck.
Oh, oh! I panicked. Sorry.
I've already swore in this episode, so I don't think you got to worry about that.
Yeah, I just okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember if they actually address it, but it definitely takes place in Toronto.
Yep.
Whether they address it or not, I don't remember.
I know they do in the movie.
Yeah, like
it's like the intro was like in a far off land called Canada or something like that.
yeah,
that's right,
I remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The movie visuals too, by the way, I thought they killed that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the all of like the
The video game
yeah
stuff.
and all that stuff. It was so good.
the anime like streaks in the background, and I'm just like I'm that kind of a dork where like if I'm watching a movie or TV show, I just like kind of geek out when I see a location that I know of.
Oh, same.
It's like, hey, that's like Toronto. Like,
I've been there.
I lived like 3 blocks from that place. Because like one of the settings is a record store in Scott Pilgrim. It's a record store called Sonic Boom. I used to shop there all the time. It was at for our Toronto friends, Bloor and Bathurst, maybe a half a block east of that. It's probably not still there. I haven't been back in years. But yeah, I seen that in the movie, and I was like, I know exactly where that is. I used to buy records there. Like even there's a few other locations, but definitely Sonic Boom. That kind of made it a little close to home for me. So I kind of nerded out in that way.
For the video gamers out there, they actually re-released the video game because they put out a game like right after the movie came out. For like, I remember playing it on PlayStation 3, but they re-released it. It's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up,
Like a
and you
platform?
collect, you collect like toonies and stuff like that to buy
Nice.
things. Very River City Ransom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. So yeah, if you want some Canadian content and you haven't read this or seen the movie, I'll give you. Oh, this isn't going to air until after the weekend. All right. Well, hopefully you had a great weekend. If you have a slow week, check it out.
Sure.
Hopefully, I'm probably blocking the camera. I always do.
It's kind of your
That's
gig.
It's my brand.
Yeah.
Camera blocker.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode of Media Minute. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you liked what you saw, think about liking, think about subscribing, and we'll talk to you next time. I'm Michael Forward.
I'm Chris Raczkowski. Happy belated Valentine's Day. Hope you had a good one.
And I'm Rachel Esch.
We'll see you next time.